Hey, it's Dougie Wood, and in this video I'm going to give you a speed run of how I designed and kind of came up with the approach of building a homepage for Delta Air Lines SharePoint Intranet. This is a new style of content for me, so if you do like it, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments below. Of course, subscribe for more SharePoint content. Okay, so I always start off doing a little bit of research based on the public website of the organization that I'm building the SharePoint homepage for. Typically what I'll do is I'll look using the developer tools at the color palette. So I'm looking for their primary colors that they're using, as well as the kind of background colors. So they're using that kind of almost like dark navy blue kind of color with a primary red. So I'm going through and I'm just checking out all the different colors that they're using, but I'm also now trying to get as much of the imagery that they use on their public website, which I can then use in sort of different locations of the SharePoint page. I'm also getting a bit of a feel for the design, the layout, and I quite like the look of the kind of three columns that they're using here. I also noticed when I was downloading these images that to me, these images kind of look like they are built with AI, which is actually really interesting. You don't really notice that when it's those small thumbnail images, but you do notice it once it's kind of zoomed in a bit. I don't really know what I'm going to be using these images for at this point, and to be totally honest with the build, I don't think I end up using all of them, but it gives me a good feel for kind of like what the layout of the pages would be like. So obviously with the pages here, they're using a very large image across the top, so I might use that in some of the kind of layout areas. So again, I'm just kind of taking all the imagery that they've got on their public facing website, as it's sometimes easy to use that. I really like this kind of grid that they're using here with these kind of like 3x2 images. So again, I'm just going to be saving off all the images that they're using here because I'll probably end up using these further along the line in the build. I quite often like using some of the same ideas. So those imagery, I'm getting some ideas about what they might link to on the SharePoint Intranet. So things like handlers, handbook, managers toolkit, raising IT support tickets. Those are all some really good ideas that potentially could be on a mock-up of an intranet homepage for Delta Airlines. So now I'm going and creating the site. I'm creating a blank SharePoint site because I'm just going to be doing this completely from scratch and showing you step by step everything that I'm doing. So again, I'm just having a little play around. I'm just going to their homepage again, taking a little look for some inspiration of how they're designing their page, and I've noticed that they have a very large image across the top of their homepage. So I'm going to take a little look for any imagery that I can find online about planes and things like that, because originally my train of thought was that there'd be a large kind of image of either a plane or something like that, but I couldn't find anything online. So actually then thinking about AI and image creation, I jumped into Microsoft Copilot to have a little play around and think about maybe creating some images using Copilot. So I asked it to create me an image of what looks like an airport with a terminal, maybe a pilot giving a thumbs up and smiling and things like that. But to be honest, it wasn't really hitting the mark of what I was looking for, and it wasn't creating an image that was going to fit nicely into that kind of area on the top of the page. So I kind of abandoned that as a thought as well. Now, Microsoft SharePoint has some fantastic stock images built directly into SharePoint. So that's where I thought I'll try next and have a little play around. And I found this really good image. In fact, I bounced around with a couple of different ideas before I went back to the original image that I was thinking of. But I quite like that image because, again, it encapsulates the kind of the thoughts of it being about Delta Airlines being obviously planes and a sort of terminal, people in the terminal. And it kind of made me think that this looks like it's somebody that's maybe starting their journey. And quite often with SharePoint intranets, that is a journey. It's you're using SharePoint to navigate somewhere, and you're on a journey to get to some information. The next thing, after I selected that image, I was looking at building out some news. And quite often with corporate kind of intranets for large enterprises, there'll be different types of categories of news. So I was playing around with a couple of different ideas here, trying to get the layout right. But typically with news on an intranet, there'll be some kind of news which is for everybody. And that's what I'm building, a carousel there, which is news that will be relevant to absolutely everybody. And then there'll be almost like a secondary type of news that's pinned next to it, or maybe even multiple different types of news articles, possibly something like CEO updates or updates from the leadership team or something like that. Now what I'm doing is I'm asking Copilot to come up with some ideas about what potentially Delta Airlines might have some news articles about. I love to use AI like Copilot to help with that kind of ideation, creating ideas for content. So something that would often take me a long time when I'm building up mock-ups of SharePoint intranets is actually coming up with content ideas to fill gaps, to make it look relevant and in the context of what that intranet might be. Whereas Copilot here has come up with some fantastic ideas about maybe new employee travel benefits, that maybe is a company internal campaign or something like that. And again, I'm just building out some news articles using the SharePoint stock images here to kind of fill those image spaces. So now we're building out some great content which looks real. It looks like the type of content that would be displayed on the Delta Airlines intranet page. So now it's starting to come together quite nicely. We can see we've got this kind of news area here. In fact, actually, just because things usually look better in odd numbers, I do tend to find that having news articles in odd numbers, as in like 3, 5, 7, they often work better. So I am just creating a third news article here. Again, only just using the idea and the content which is generated from Microsoft Copilot. I could have even got it to give me some example text if I wanted to in here as well, but I didn't do that. I just put in some block text only because I'm only displaying the image inside of the news article. I'm not actually displaying any of the kind of text which is on there. It's also worth mentioning that this video is sped up. It's ×3. So obviously in real life, that slider isn't going to be moving that fast. Don't worry too much about that. Now I'm building out this next section, which if you remember from when I was gathering that information from the Delta Airlines public website, I was actually taking those images, thinking about along the way what I would be using these for as navigational images on the homepage of the intranet. So I've added in a image web part here with a little bit of text over the top of it. And then I've added in all the images that I took from their website. And now I'm just changing the links to say Manager's Toolkit, the Handler's Handbook, training guides, Manager's Toolkit, the company benefits, things like that, which look like they could be related to those particular images. And again, I'm just using those as a navigational. Now, one of the kind of bugbears I often have with SharePoint is the layout and having things fitting the page properly. So I actually went back to the CEO updates at this point, and I was trying to find a better way that this would actually fit on the page a little bit better. I wasn't really particularly happy with how that kind of the stock market image was sitting on the page. So I had a little play around and thought, could I maybe have two sliders next to each other? But to be honest, they weren't really playing too nice, even when I was trying to offset the timing of the sliders and things like that. So I ended up going in and I sort of played around with the order of the news articles, which is something you can do. You can drag the news articles around to actually not have them in chronological order, have them in whatever order you like. And I thought that just looked a little bit better. I didn't like that kind of image which was cropping off the whatever it said on that thumbnail market updates or something like that. And I just thought that looked a little bit cleaner. So I moved around the imagery. And obviously in real life, with those news articles, you would be conscious of what images you were using, and you wouldn't be using the images. So you wouldn't necessarily need to move around the news articles. I just did this just as part of the mock-up to make it look a bit better. I'm also adding a bit of space. So I've added a spacer web part here just to sort of break up where the news section of the page is from those navigational images, just give it a little bit more space. Again, anyone who watches my videos on SharePoint design will know that I'm a bit of a stickler for kind of spacing, get a little bit OCD and a bit kind of touchy when it comes to things that aren't lining up quite right. So now I'm creating my next kind of content area. And this is going to be quick links, so useful links for people that they want to quickly get access to key things inside of the intranet, or maybe even external things. I'm just adding in some dummy links here, so just some links to bing.com. But obviously, in real life, these would be real links to either SharePoint pages, documents, files, folders, or other SharePoint sites, pages. It could be links to internal apps, Power Apps, for example. Maybe we're linking to things like booking holidays, expense request forms, all sorts of different things like that that typically you would find on an intranet homepage that would be useful to end users. So this is where I'm going through, I'm adding the links, but you can also see I'm using the Microsoft stock icon library. Now you can upload your own icons. There's nothing to stop you from uploading your own icons. but I always advocate that people first try and use the icons in SharePoint, because you can see in here there's hundreds, if not thousands, of different icons that we can pick. And actually, they all look very similar in their style. So it's a great way of finding consistent icons which fit all of this. And actually, you find that there's almost like two styles. You've kind of got the kind of the solid fill, like we've got that aeroplane there, which I don't think looks particularly nice again with those other icons. So I've changed that to be more of a kind of outline of the icon instead. There's usually two different versions of each icon, a solid fill one and an outline. And I would either go with all solid or all outline. I'm now filling out the kind of top box area up here with a bit of a title. So when you save this will be the title of the page. So I'm starting to think actually that welcome to the Delta Hub, which is what I imagine the intranet homepage could be called, probably isn't necessarily the best use of text. So I'm going to come back and update that later on. You can also provide, you can see I put that intranet as a little label across the top. But again, you can change that to be whatever you like. So I've put in here, welcome to the Delta Hub. I think it looks better like that. And then I'm putting a bit of extra text in here, because I think more text you can put in this box, the better it looks. So here I'm putting, here you'll find all the latest news, events, and information to make your life or work life easier. So that looks a lot better now. We've got more text in that page, and it's also summarizing the intranet, what you're going to find in this particular intranet. And then coming back down here, so I do tend to jump around when I'm designing things. It's just the way that my brain works. It pings around with loads of different ideas, and I like to work on something when I'm thinking about it. So I've sorted out the title of the page now, and I'm moving on to looking at building out the events section of the bottom of the page. So again, very much like news articles, we can give it a title, we can give a background image, but also just like in Outlook, we can specify for the event where it is, links, categorize it, a bit about text and the event participants, which essentially is usually who is the kind of organizer of that event. So you could contact them if you had any questions. Then I'm just filling out this with more content. So maybe I'm putting in about 4th of July parties, social events, get-togethers, SharePoint training, all the types of training and things like that that people might want to be booking onto. Now, with the events web part, it's worth noting that you can choose to add an event into your calendar. So as an end user that's viewing this, you can actually choose to click on the little add to calendar and add it to your calendar, but there isn't actually any booking as part of this. And this is one of the things that I wish that Microsoft would actually change, is the fact that you could have a booking system linked into this. In fact, Microsoft have a product called Microsoft Bookings, which allows you to book things and book resources. And I would love to see that integrated into this events web part, because I think that's one of the things which often gets asked when people are looking at the events web part. One of the things I did actually notice when I was building out these dummy events into the page was actually that I completely messed up all the dates. So the dates I was selecting were in the past, and then I was wondering why they weren't showing up on the homepage. So this even shows you even SharePoint experts like myself do make mistakes. So I've put the dates in the wrong order, and I'm thinking, hang on, why is this not right? So I've had to go back in here into my dummy events. I've just changed the dates back into future dates so that they show up in the proper order on the homepage. So again, I think this is what I've even gone in twice here, and I've realized actually I've updated the dates, but I've not put the right year. So I'm just putting them into 2025 to make sure that they show up in the right order on the homepage. Again, these are just fake articles just to kind of add some content onto the page so that people can scroll through it and see what it looks like once there's actually some content on the page. So now the page is coming together quite nicely. Often I do advocate that you do save and publish the site as you're going along to make sure that it's looking right. And I realized when I published it that actually the quick links on the left-hand side, which I'm using as useful links, weren't quite lining up as I wanted. So I added a new one there for the HR portal. The next thing that I'm going to do is build out the color palette. So this is me now taking the colors that I used. So if you remember at the beginning when I was looking at their website, I took the colors to find the background color. I took the primary color, which is that kind of sort of reddish color, and I'm building out the color palette using PowerShell and applying that to the SharePoint site. So quickly, with a quick boom, there we go. That's what it looks like with the color palette applied to it. I can then mess around a little bit with some of the sections, maybe changing the background colors a little bit, just so that as you're scrolling through the page, the sections are slightly different tints. So I like to do this so that when you're scrolling through the page, you can tell that the content is changing. Then some of the final steps I'm doing here, I'm adding in the logo, and I'm choosing to turn off the site name. So because the site name was just Delta, or Delta Home or whatever it was, I turned that off because actually there's too many deltas then on the page. And then playing around with the layout of the header just to find the right kind of way that sits on the page. And the final things then I'm looking at is things like the navigation. So again, just simulating what this could potentially look like. I did actually use Copilot to ask it where are the offices for Delta Airlines, and then I've built out this kind of mega menu like this, so that when you hover over offices, it's going to have a subsection for US and UK, US and global, and then you can kind of see the links. And this is simulating you would obviously then have SharePoint sites for each of those different offices. Now this is what it looks like. This is the final result. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do subscribe to my channel and drop any questions you have in the comments feed below.